Well, let's hope this runs. As I already told you, this camera has left a lot to be desired. Um, Life as we know it is likely permanently changed. Um, and I'm not saying that to scare anybody or whatnot. I hope I'm wrong, but Joe agrees with me, and we don't think we're wrong. And the thing is, there are so many different viewpoints regarding the origin of this virus. Okay, that is irrelevant, really. Is if they run the gamut from, as you already know, it's not real, blah blah blah, whatever. But clearly, people are getting sick and dying and this, that, or whatever. The thing is, it runs the gamut all the way up to it's the wrath of God. Okay. Um, how do I know that? Because as a handful of you know about me long before our world, you know, changed for the worse and likely permanently. Um, when it was just stories, that were controversial or whatever on the news or whatever, I like to know what my fellow man is thinking. And the way to do that, the only way to do that, is to fucking go online. It's the best way, actually. It's the only way. It's the age we live in. Remember, I'm 51. I lived in a world where there was no internet. Okay. Um, as did Joe. He's about 10 years older than I am, give or take. Okay. So we are naturally going to handle this way better than these young people who were just in la la land and glued to their smartphones and thinking nothing can go wrong ever. And, I'm sorry, but that's reality. Joe's been preparing me for this for years, okay? He's been preparing me for this for years. Um, I've been to the store more than once, actually different stores, and no matter when I go, there's nothing, no toilet paper, nothing on those shelves where toilet paper and paper towels are kept. Okay, nothing. Um, I let my mom know that, and I also let her know that we actually are going to run out. Okay, I don't see this ending anytime soon. Every single day, it's another thing. Now here in Massachusetts, um, as of Monday, all daycares are closing, except for children of people, which makes sense. Children on the people of on the front lines, the nurses that had those children of them, or children who are in risk, or children of the people who clean, or the people who necessary people. Okay. Um, and I just saw on the news now. Uh, there were even malls closing. Okay, probably pretty soon they'll all be closing, but there were malls closing. They had stayed open. There are malls closing. They're called, it was just on the news, it's the owner of malls, not just here in Massachusetts, they're in other states too, called Simon or something. And all those malls are closing. Um, and there was somebody off camera saying, this is awful, like, what are we going to do? you see it. Um, and this person's like, that's awful. Like, and they said like 5,000 people are going to be out of work, and 5,000 people are going to not have jobs. And I guess Macy's and Nordstrom's are saying, well, we're still going to pay our employees, but we're talking about, as we're always talking about, people, the small stores, the, I don't know. I go to malls. I don't go to the smaller stores generally, so I can't think of their names, but you guys know. There's one. I mean, I could think of one like there's Forever 21. There's, oh, what's that one? That one when I was skinny, when I was my kind of skinny. I mean, I'm never gonna be like a stick, which I would want to be anyway. But what was that place? It began with E, I think. That was when I did videos where I thought, which was skinny enough, in the skirts that weren't elastic, that I wore it was in a 12. I have a video where I thought I was in I have some videos from back then, um, a few years ago, not like a million years ago, but I thought I was in a 12, and I'm like, I tried on the 12 again. It wasn't elastic waistband. I'm like, trying on the 12 in this store, and I'm like, oh, this feels a little big. And I fit into the 10, and I was so thrilled. I couldn't fucking believe it. It's one thing to fit in size 10 of the INC jeans or whatever, like, or the you know, or the styling company that are built like bigger. But this was a little non-elastic waistband skirt, and I'm looking at, I used to be thin, and some of my viewers know me when I was thin. But anyway, whatever that store was. But those kinds of stores, they can't pay their workers if they're not great. These 5,000 people are going to be out of work, okay? And they're like, even if we go on unemployment and you get 50%, it's not. She's like, how can I pay for my car? How can I do this? How can I do that? Now, this is the next phase of it, okay? And what I'm about to tell you, I have no reason to lie, okay? I'm not going to lie. I talked to Joe this afternoon. I called him from the store, and I'm like, while I had Joe on the phone, okay, while I had Joe on the phone, I had talked to a salesperson, and I said, like, this is the second time I've come here, and there's been nothing on the, I said, if I had come earlier today, would there have been anything? She's like, no, and we don't know when we're going to get any in. And that's what I told Joe. I guess he hasn't, he shops, he goes to a place, like when I stay with him, that's more alternative type place. That's like a little market, but it's geared towards all healthy, mostly organic and stuff, whatever. And but he said even when he went there was no toilet paper, whatever. And I'm like, what's the deal with that? People hoarding toilet paper of all things, Joe. Like, so people like me who would never think of like buying a million things or whatever, we just need enough to survive on, okay? Can't get it. It just said, yeah, it's people's baser instincts, okay? It's the reptilian brain. It's the, because what's the deal with we need to buy a million rolls of toilet paper, okay? But what's really interesting is that I wouldn't even expected this, because I wasn't even thinking, I really wasn't thinking, even though I saw it on TV, I'm thinking, oh, but it won't be like that everywhere, it won't be like that around here, it can't be, or it's like that for one moment, but not the next day, and no, it's not a joke. I already informed my mom, you know what, I'm going to try to get it online. Maybe it's backlogged, but if I order it, by the time we run out, it'll come in the mail, okay? But if I cannot get it online, we're going to have to just use, we're going to have to start conserving it, Mom, and just use it for number two and not when we pee, use a face cloth and rinse it out or something. And if you don't like me talking like that, well, that's reality because I have been to stores at different times and there's no fucking thing on the shelf, just like I'd seen on the news but hadn't experienced it for myself. Okay? And I had no plans to carry it home. I carry other heavy shit home, okay? But I had no plans to carry it home. I just was curious. So I asked, and they're like, we don't know when we're going to get in. Like, even if I came here early, I said, no, we don't have it. I wasn't expecting that. I thought, oh, sure, it runs out, but then it's replenished every day. No. No. Maybe at Walmart or something, because they have more clout. I don't know. Um, but anyhow, these are major grocery stores that don't have it, and I didn't make light of it. I just hadn't experienced it firsthand, and now I have. And then my mom said something that kind of surprised me because a lot of times she's not all that whatever. I don't know. Um, but apparently, a church woman had already said that to my mom. It said, well, if you don't, why she brought that up, I don't know. And she'd also informed my mom, I'm not going to have you in my car or whatever. No one's asking you. But no, not well, church is closed down. Okay. Um, but I was surprised that church woman would say something like that. But she did. She's like, well, but it's true. There was a time in our history, in our world, way back when, hundreds of years ago, whatever, there was no toilet paper. We can use face cloth. It's gross. That's why I said, Mom, because you have to keep rinsing it out. But if we just conserve the toilet paper, Mom, and just only use it for, to wipe our behinds, then that's okay. I don't know. I don't expect her to remember this, but I'm going to do it if I can't get some online. And Joe loves the outdoors.